rosso, rosso, manca rosso. Va bene.
The Pope has courted controversy on his first papal visit to Africa, making a strong statement against the use of condoms in the fight against AIDS. He was speaking as he flew to Cameroon, first stop on a 6-day tour, which will also take in Angola.
Thousands of people line the streets of the capital Yaoundé, hoping to catch a glimpse of the pontiff. The Pope has called 2009 the Year of Africa, and he arrived bringing what he called a Christian message of hope to the continent.
Africa suffers disproportionately. More and more of her people are falling prey to hunger, poverty and disease.
But on his way over, he said he didn't want condoms playing any part in the battle against the scourge of AIDS.
E direi non si può superare questo problema dell'AIDS solo con soldi, sono necessari, ma se non c'è l'anima che sa applicarli non aiutano. Non si può superare con la distribuzione di preservativi, al contrario aumentano il problema.
The solution, he said, was instead in a spiritual and human awakening and in friendship for those who suffer. His comments have angered health agencies working in Africa, with many saying that condoms are the best way to prevent transmission of the disease. Sub-Saharan Africa is the most heavily affected region in the world by HIV/AIDS. An estimated 22 million people are living with the disease across the continent. There are almost 2 million new infections there each year, and it kills around 6,000 people in the region each day, which is more than war, famine or floods. It's not the first time that the Pope has condemned the use of condoms in Africa. In 2005, he told clergymen from the continent that its way of life was under threat by condoms. But commentators say there are dissenting views within the Vatican.
There is quite strong moral opinion within the Catholic Church that supports the use of condoms in order to prevent AIDS. It's simply a matter of the lesser of two evils.
The Pope will celebrate an open-air mass in the capital tomorrow before heading on the next stage of his African journey. Emma Cook, World News Australia.
For more on this issue and the Pope's visit to Africa, we are joined by Father Patrick Ryan, Vice President for University Mission and Ministry at Fordham University here in New York. He also spent 26 years working as a teacher and academic administrator in West Africa. Father, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
The Pope has made some news regarding the use of condoms, their distribution, and how he believes it does not resolve the HIV problem. What is the reasoning here, and can abstinence really be effective?
Well, I think we should not underestimate the possibility for African people to, in fact, govern their own sexuality and be able to handle the problem of HIV infection by means of, first of all, abstinence, especially among the young. There are problems when married people, when one partner in a marriage is HIV positive and the other is not, and that has a different solution. But it's important, I think, to realize that in a country like Uganda, they have, in fact, promoted abstinence first before the use of birth control or condom use. And it seems to have worked, although Uganda had a very high rate of infection before, it has reduced dramatically.
I don't want to dwell on it, but, you know, condoms have been seen by many medical organizations as a great tool in the battle against AIDS.
Well, they have especially presumed that condoms would work the same way in the hot tropics as they would work here. But also I think it coarsens society if that's what an external agency like the WHO seems to feel that they have the missionary desire to impose on the African people. I think African people need to be consulted on that much more.
Well, I think they would say that they are out there to try to stop a very deadly disease, not impose an ill will. What is the significance? It's certainly the continent of Africa is a huge opportunity for the Catholic Church. So the significance of the Pope's visit to Africa.
Well, he has not been to Africa as Pope before, and certainly the rate of growth of Christianity in general, and of Catholicism in particular, in Africa over the last 100 years has been spectacular. There has been a tremendous growth from perhaps 1.9 million Catholics a century ago to about 145 million today. So there's been a tremendous growth over the last century. And I think he's particularly concerned in visiting Cameroon, to be in a country that is both Francophone and Anglophone because of its history, and also in Angola, which is a Lusophone or Portuguese-speaking country, which started its independent history in the mid-70s as a very leftist, in fact, communist country, but has changed since then. So I think he is interested in visiting two different countries, and two countries that have a considerable Catholic population.
Father Patrick Ryan, a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Non si può superare con la distribuzione di preservativi.
The problem of AIDS cannot be dealt with by giving out condoms. On the contrary, they aggravate the problem. The solution is twofold. Firstly, a humanisation of sexuality, which entails a spiritual awakening, a change in behaviour on the part of some people towards others. And secondly, a friendship towards the sick, towards those who suffer, an openness which comes through giving things up, making personal sacrifices. These are the factors which can help, which can bring real, visible progress.
Look at this entourage, my goodness.